Okay, I thought that I checked, but I checked everything but that. So, hey, what's up, everyone? So, yeah, I'm kind of locked down in my home, but that's kind of normal for me. Hopefully, those of you who it's not normal for will make it through. So, yeah, today I am working on stuff for my huge epic React stuff. And one of the big things that we're doing in that is building a React app. And so I've already got it all built out. I'm just making modifications to it and adding some things. And today I wanted to get Tailwindcss added into the mix because I've looked at it a lot and it's really awesome. And I think that it'll set people on the right path for success. So, hello everyone. Actually, I've got you on the wrong screen. Let me get you over here. And I'm going to pop out chat too, actually, because I like it being right here. Yeah, let me get my Chrome window in the right spot. And let me share this with you. There we go. So I'm actually going to try something today that I haven't done in the past, and that is I'm going to play this royalty-free trance and progressive 2015 EDM songs. So if you have any suggestions on royalty-free music that I can just get on Spotify or something, then that would be great. But yeah, I just wanted to have something to listen to while we're, especially at those moments where I'm like, I don't know what to think. It's kind of nice to have something to listen to. So I'm going to play that. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. I have it turned down pretty low, so it may just be like kind of annoyingly quiet. And so if it's too low, let me know. Yeah, so the thing that I'm working on is the React bookshelf, .netlify.com. And it's just a place where you can add books to your reading list. And when it's on your reading list, it'll say, hey, this is when you started. And then you can give it a star rating, and you can say this was great, and it'll save that. You refresh and that all gets loaded. And you can say it's marked as read, and so now it has a finish date. And yeah, so then you have your finished books and your reading list, and that's basically what that's all about. So we're going to be building this. The back end is going to be it's actually just local storage right here. I'm going to probably keep it in local storage, but right now the way that it works is every request that you make, I hijack window.fetch for any request that's made to this URL, and then I just serve return a promise as a response. And I do this because I want to make it really easy for people to get set up and not have to worry about having a database all set up and connecting to a remote database if I don't want it set up locally. So I want to make it so that they can do it completely offline, work through the material and stuff, but also make it really easy to set up. And so that's why I did it this way. But there's a service worker thing that I'm probably going to end up using so that you can get actual network requests in here, which will make it feel more real, more realistic. Can I share the playlist? Yeah, sure. How do you do that? Share, boom, copy link. There you go. That's what I'm listening to right now. I just searched around for it and found it. That's how I found that. Okay, so great. I have been working on actually a pretty big refactor of this, and so that's what we're going to be working in. We're going to go to bookshelf. I refactored everything over to React Query, and I'm mostly happy with it. I've got some abstractions to make around that, but I decided to hold on that and do the Tailwind CSS stuff. Right now I'm just importing all of Tailwind CSS, so it's going to be like huge and all of that. This is a Create React app, and so I can't just like add loaders and stuff to the config, and I want to keep it as a Create React app. And this app actually works in Code Sandbox, and I want to keep it that way as well. So I can't do anything like too weird. Even some of the stuff that that they have in their docs in Tailwind's docs for getting things set up with Create React app won't work in Code Sandbox. So yeah, what I'm planning on doing is I'm actually I'm going to just leave it like this, but in the future I'll probably have it have something work where it does this in development because I don't really care how big it is in development, and then for production it'll run the Perch CSS and all of that stuff instead. And so hopefully that works well, but for now we're just gonna bring everything in and then we'll add it or we'll fix things up later. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get things up and running. I actually am gonna put this over, yeah, we'll put this over here. Yeah, okay, sweet. So, oh yeah, and I forgot to fix this to be a Livestream font size. There we go. Okay, cool. So next step here is I'm gonna run the start script. And again, let me know if the music, like if you can hear it at all, if you want it louder or quieter. I should be redirected to the reading list page. So I need to figure out why that is not doing that really quick. It shouldn't be too much. That's going to be on the authenticated app side. And right here I have this redirect thing, and that is not working. I'm not sure why. So let's try this. Redirect home. We'll just do this. Okay, that is not happening. So I don't think that Tailwind is overkill for apps. It is rather large if you do what I'm doing right now, but you with Perch CSS and stuff, you can get it down to like really small. So yeah, I definitely don't think that it's overkill, especially if you're used to that. Okay, so this redirect isn't working. Let me figure out. I'm using React Router DOM v6, which is the alpha. It's not actually released, so it could just be broken. But let me come over here and take a look at redirect. Redirect? Nope. Okay, so React Router DOM, and I migrated from Reach Router, and so maybe I'm using the redirect component wrong. Redirect. Yeah. Huh. Not hearing any music. All right, well, I'll just turn it up just a little bit. There we go. Still quite a bit quieter than me. I definitely don't want the... Oh, somebody said the volume was perfect. So, okay, let's find a happy medium then. Somewhere around there. Bike and headset. Okay. Yeah, so this redirect should definitely be working, but it does not seem to be working. And I'm not sure why. So let's dive in, huh? And it could just be a bug. That is definitely a possibility. You know what I could also do is they've got hooks. Navigate. Use navigate. We could just do that. And we could just navigate. Let's try that. Too loud. Okay, let me turn it down. We'll do it. I'm at 29, negative 29.5 decibels. Maybe, yeah, 33. There we go. It's like an intro to ES Sports tourney. I don't know anything about that, but sure. I don't watch those things. Okay, navigate. And then we'll use layout effect, because you know what? I'm not going to just say navigate right there. I'm going to do it in a layout effect. We're going to need to import React from React. And my hope is that we can get rid of lots of these CSS props. But we'll see. when we use Tailwind for more stuff. Navigate, navigate, and just where we're going to. So list, and we'll return null. Let's try that. There, that worked. Okay, I'm just gonna, that's just what we're gonna do for now. Navigate. Ta-da! Get rid of redirect. And so now if you land on the website, and if you're logged out, and you land on the website, it'll just show you the login thing. It'll log you in. And then if we log out, we're still on the list. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. Just don't render the router if they're not logged in. No reason to change their URL and have a redirect to query param or whatever. It's ridiculous. Okay. Use layout effect in this case. Not really. There's not really any difference, honestly. I should probably just use effect. The only, like, it doesn't really make a difference because we're just returning null here, so there's no DOM to mount. So yeah, it doesn't make a difference. And you're right, I should just use effect unless I have a really good reason to use layout effect. So thank you for that. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do now is let's get some Tailwind on here. I noticed that my logout button no longer looks like a button, and my login spinner thing is in the wrong spot. So there are a couple weird things going on there, but yeah, let's go ahead and git add source authenticated app and commit that with fix redirects. I'm doing no verify right now, living on the edge because all my tests are broken for now. How often do I use layout effects? Not super often. I've got a blog post about this, use layout effects, that you can go read about when I recommend using it. Okay, cool. So I'm thinking probably the easiest place to start is with one of my components, one of the lib components here. And so here I've got this centered thing, or maybe maybe this won't be the easiest place to start. I don't know. I don't know where to start. Full page spinner. Let's try that one. We'll do the full page spinner first. That seems like that should be pretty easy to migrate over. So I keep on forgetting where I placed my browser window, but okay. Tailwindcss.com. We're gonna go, yeah, let's find, okay, cool, that's fine. Let's go back to docs. We got core concepts. I've read through all this stuff. Okay, so I think what I want is a container. And to center a container, use MX auto, and that would be margin and add padding. Okay, that makes sense. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna come here, we're gonna suspend this thing, and then I'll get my full page spinner going. And we're gonna come here, and yeah, that display none important is coming from React when I suspended. Isn't that interesting? I'm getting some messages. Okay. Just put that down. All right, so instead of the margin top and the font size, we're going to add some classes. So here, actually, we'll just get rid of that. Say container. Okay. And then MX auto. Okay, but it looks like it's not centering the text, or maybe text center. I don't know what the utility classes are, but that seemed right. That's interesting. Maybe I will turn off the animation. This needs to have that class name on it, actually. So class. Oh, I've already got a class on there, and it will be text center. Did that work? Nope. So yeah. Oh no, it was not text center. I want MX auto. There we go. Okay, cool. So we don't need text center after all. And we'll want it to be, I mean, I guess I want it in the middle of the screen. Let's see about this. Vertically center Tailwind CSS. I don't know how to spell vertically center. All right, here we go. This is cool. Okay, so what I want is align middle. We'll see about this. I kind of don't think this is inline or table cell box. Yeah, I kind of don't think this is gonna work. I don't think this is what I need, but let's just try it. Align middle. Yeah, I didn't think so. So that's not gonna do it. You need to make the height of the container to be full screen. H screen, W full, flex. Thanks, Francis. That's helpful. Yeah. Okay, so we need height is the screen, the width is full, and we want it flex, flex box, items, center, and justify center. Boom. Wow, there it is. Look at you. That's amazing. Content center. So we've got another alternative here. Let's try this. So we have H screen, flex, content center. No, that didn't do it. So we want the item center, and justify center gets it. Yeah, actually it looks like we don't need justify center because we have the W full, I think. W full is, I think because we're container, maybe. Yeah. Or because we have, yeah, we probably don't need these things if we have those other things. Yeah. So we just need that it's the height of the screen, the width of the screen. What is, can we do W screen? Is that a thing? Yeah. Okay, so that's the difference. Yeah, but we're filling the whole entire thing. And then I want to, yeah, this is good. This is probably what I want. And then in that case, does this thing need to have MX Auto? It probably still does. Yeah, still does. And animations with Tailwind. We'll have to take a look at this. Very good. Okay, cool. Thanks, everyone. That was fun. And absolute if needed. Yeah, absolute. I was thinking about that. Okay. Absolute. Oh, now that's interesting. I need to make this relative, I think. Or position relative. Well, that's interesting. Oh, because it's not the full. Yeah, I'd have to do all this stuff on there. Okay, well, who cares? I don't need absolute on there anyway, so it works out. Okay, cool. So those are the class names, and then the SVG needs to have it as well. Say class name is those things. Isn't there like a an extension for VS Code? Tailwind. I think it's like headwind or something, right? Yeah. This is a sorter, and then we have IntelliSense. We probably want both of these things. Yeah. All right. Save that. Boom. Look at that. Fancy smancy. I love it. And then if I say... Here, maybe I need to reload. So here, we're going to reload. Just in case. I want to get that autocomplete, you know? All right. Justify content. Nope, that's not auto-completing what it should. That's unfortunate. Tailwind. Let's see if you gotta do something to turn this on or something. Okay, all the examples are with HTML. That's HTML. There's a JS over there, so I want to see that. Oh. Well, that is not what I thought it would be. Install Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. That's what I did. And I'm not getting... at least I'm not getting it in my JSX. Oh, it only works if the Tailwind config is in the root. Okay, then I can make a Tailwind config. Tailwind, what is the config? Where's the configuration? And it's Tailwind config.js. Tailwind config.js. Module exports equals this object. I don't really want to put anything in there, so we'll just leave that as it is. And let's see what happens. Justify. No. Okay. Let's try reload. You know, sometimes some of these things. Here we go. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Justify start. Ooh, wow. Fancy smancy. Okay, this is great. So let's go ahead and get that rolling again. And we'll see the loading spinner show up, and it did not show up. Oh, it did. Boom, it's right there. That's because I forgot the spinner itself needs to have a class name of MX Auto. Boom, that's cool. I wonder if I can handle that with Tailwind. Let's find animations. Animation. Was that it? Animation on customization. Oh, that's literally the only thing on animations on the whole site. That is a surprise to me, actually. How about keyframe? Keyframe. Nope. Okay, cool. So as far as I know, no way to do animations with Tailwind, but that's okay. We will we'll stick with this for now, and then maybe add it later or something, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, cool. So that was fun. We got a first thing. Let's talk about this form group. I'm pretty sure that's only used by the login, yeah, on the unauthenticated app side. So all we need is flex and flex direction of column. And so let's export a function called form group. This is going to take props. We're going to return a div that spreads all those props. And we're going to actually take the class name and then the rest of those props, and then we'll say class name equals, we'll have this default to an empty string. And actually, you know what, I didn't do all this rigmarole for our spinner here. We should probably do that. Class name. And I know some of you are shouting into the void, higher order component, make it this a higher order component. I'm not ready to do that yet. We got to make this abstraction yell at us first. And I've actually built a higher order component that does what I'm doing right here. And I remember it was like darn near impossible to type with TypeScript, and so I just ended up doing this. I'm not using TypeScript in this project, so I could maybe make this a higher order component, but let's wait. So I got 2 questions about Vim bindings from the same person, and so I will answer. I used to use Vim for a long time. For a couple of years I used Vim, and I just got bothered by the fact that I was that it just so I couldn't it just didn't work as well. I don't know, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. It's not like a sore spot or anything, but I just want to work on this. So we need flex and flex. Where's the column? I want column flex. Why am I not getting autocomplete in here? Ah, that's not good. That looks, I don't know about you, but that to me, my good friend, looks like a bug. So if I do this, flex, yeah, see, now I'm getting it. And I want flex call. But then if I do it like this, nope, no autocomplete. Also, let's see what happens. Yep, no headwind love either. That is quite unfortunate. There's a plugin for animations. Okay, that's cool. Okay, cool. So that should take care of that. Okay, that's neat. I'm gonna just take a look here really quick. Headwind, or actually Tailwindcss. Let's look at the IntelliSense thing. I want to nope, I need to go to the repository. Boom. Just want to see if there's already a issue open. Why did those open in 2 different windows? Template literal. Template literal. Nothing. Enable support for template strings. Let's see if string. Okay. So we'll open a new issue here. Thumbs up on that thing. Reported back in February. I wonder how hard that would be to fix. Let's just see. That is not what I thought it would be. Well, now I'm quite curious. This is why I don't ever get anything done, because I always like look at stuff like this and like, wow, what is this? And I dive in. Wait, for real? What? I am quite confused. See what version it's using. Huh, yeah, it's this version. Okay, let's get rid of that browse. Just get the raw version of that. Try and tell sense for CSS class name in HTML. This works, not in template strings, but will help. Yeah, thanks Sebastian, I know that. I'm just trying to see if we can make it work in template literals, because I do that a lot. Why? Sometimes unpackaged takes forever and I don't understand it, and it makes me worried. Huh. So it's just a giant compiled. Weird. Okay, I guess. That is so strange. What if you want to like update it or something? It's just a weird thing. Okay, well, whatever. So, yeah, I don't think that. I don't think I'm going to be able to figure out how to fix this here. This just looks like it's wiring things up to that server thing, and I have no idea where that server thing's coming from. So yeah, all I can do now is just thumbs up this thing. Any direction on where to start to look into this? I'm guessing this is actually an issue that needs to be fixed in the Tailwind, what was it called? Tailwind language server. But that's an odd module. All right, well, we can report a bug on Headwind. And actually, maybe it's the same core problem. And so reporting it here might make somebody be like, oh, yeah, we need to fix that. And it'll fix it in the core thing, and then it'll fix it across both of these. Maybe. Okay, so enable support for template literal. Okay, template literal or template string. I'm pretty sure it's template literal versus template string. Yeah, there's string literal, template literal. Yeah, it's literal, not string. That's what I thought. Template literal. Let's capitalize stuff. Headwind will not sort these. And we'll just open a JSX file and in a Tailwind project enabled. Copy, paste that code and hit save, and notice it is not sorted. I expect it to be sorted. Yeah, no screenshots are really applicable here. Mac OS, not applicable. Not applicable. This is... I'm confused. Am I on the right project? Why are they asking for this information? I mean, I can understand why the OS might matter, but browser? Yeah, that does make sense. Okay. Here we go. Star. Star. Hooray for all you do. All right, back to normal work. Good work. Okay, so let's just make sure that that worked. So we'll go log out, log in. Boom, there it is. And just to be totally sure, there it is. Boom, boom. Ta-da! Very good. All right, so the next thing is our button. So I'm kind of curious why this button. Oh, we got some global styles for some stuff. Okay, well, in any case, we're gonna make a function called button. It's gonna take class name and props, and it's gonna return a button that forwards along the props, and the class name will be class name plus all the stuff that we need. So we've got padding of 10 and 15. So we've got padding, rats. All right, we'll add that later. I want to have autocomplete. Padding. Ooh. I'm getting, somebody's trying to chat with me. 1 second. That was my son. He wanted to come read. Okay. Got some questions. Is that the same amount of time you usually take to implement things? It all just depends on how much experience I have with something. This is something pretty new for me. But I mean, I dug into the dependency a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. Hold on a second. There we go. I had a light turned on that I didn't need turned on. Okay. Go brief on things and see output. To go to depth and see the out. I'm not sure what you're... Hey, Ian, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, I dive into things that I think are interesting. That was kind of interesting. Wanted to figure out what Tailwind was, how that all worked. Okay, cool. So I need padding, and I was using pixels before, but it looks like they're using rem, and so we'll just have to figure out what makes sense. Here, actually, let's do this. It's typically easier for me. Let's see. So this was. Where's that class name? Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, so we want padding 1. I'll turn off the padding. Okay, maybe 3. But we don't want it just padding 3 all the way around. I wanted the top and bottom to be a little less than the left and right. Yeah, so let's do padding X and Y. Yeah. So we want padding Y to be 2, and then our PX will be 3. Hey, that looks not so bad. It was a little bit bigger before. Let's see what it looks like if we do 3 and 4. It's pretty big. But I don't know. Which do you like better? 2 and 3 or 3 and 4? Go ahead and vote. I think I'm going to vote for 3 and 4. Cool. Okay. So then border. I can't even tell the border getting added or removed. Let me zoom in on that. Okay, well, in any case, let's, there's got to be a border, border 0. Yep. Sweet. So that's what we'll do. Border 0. Yeah, everybody's saying 3 and 4. I agree. Very good. Okay, cool. So we've got a border 0 and a line height. Line height. Height. No. Hold on a second. Getting another knock at the door. Be right back. we're back. That was another son who wanted to read. So, great. For line height, there are classes like leading tight, leading none, and leading normal. Okay. Would I ever decide to put testing JavaScript on Udemy? Nope. I have no reason to do that. That will never happen. I don't really like Udemy very much. You need to add a border and a width. So I'm guessing that's what that was. Okay, very good. So then leading tight. Oh, okay, we've got, that's what these are. Okay, so we'll say leading 4. What is leading tight? Okay. And normal. Okay. None. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so leading none. Whoops. Okay, we can get rid of that. And the background and color. So these are the colors are things that'll be tricky. Yeah, so the colors are tricky because I am not customizing it, at least not right now. Let me find the color, background color, border color, colors in general. Default color palette. Maybe I should just stick with the default. Hello. It's going great. How are you? I did feel the earthquake today. That was wild. It's the first time I've ever felt an earthquake before. Yeah. It was a 5.7 about, where is Magna, Utah? Yeah. So this is where it was. Yeah, that's the warning was, but that's what I heard. It was the epicenter. Our airport is like right up here, but I live down here, and so yeah, it's quite a few miles away, but I still felt it pretty obvious. Okay, I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna use their colors, and then I can customize it later if I want to. Kind of don't know if I will, but we'll see. Okay, so with that in mind, then background color. So it'll be BG and then the color that I want. Okay, cool. And they've got, now that's interesting. Whoops. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, I forgot to play the music. St. George is fun. I was there just last weekend. It was a good time. Okay, well, Dang it. I think that if I want to be able to use things like primary and secondary so that I could like change colors in the future, that I'll have to maybe I just won't use Tailwind for colors right now. I could just, no. Hold on a second. Just need to check a couple things. So I'm just checking some family texts really quick. Okay. My family's been chatting a lot recently with everything that's going on. Okay. You're welcome, Igor. All right. And I'm glad that you liked my my thing. Okay. So yes, I realize that I can override these with a custom config file. The problem is that I don't want to use a custom config file right now because then I have to do things that won't work in Code Sandbox. And I want it to work in Code Sandbox. So that's what I'm struggling with at the moment. Yeah. I wonder if I could just You know what? This doesn't matter that much. I don't care. I can go through and fix things later. Let me just find where's this button variance thing. Yeah, just right here. It's nothing. In fact, we're already using here, let's find the colors. Yeah, this is what we've got for this. We got a base, text, and whatever. So I'm just gonna ignore those, and we're just gonna do what we want to do. Let's see. Variant. Okay. Sweet. And actually, before I lose stuff, let me grab these class names that I've already determined are awesome. And paste them all in here. Get those sorted. Nice. Now it's busted though. And we've taken care of that and that and that. And now it's just the background and the color. So my background is going to depend on primary or secondary for the variant, but we'll do background is blue. Yep. Here, and actually let's do this. We'll get rid of this. And the color. Color. How do I do the text color? Text white. There we go. Okay. And then the secondary, this is background is gray. Okay, so background gray. Do that one. And the text, I don't even know what color that is. So let's find out. Come over here. Why is that? Yeah, wrong button. Okay. Where'd the... I want to know where the color is for this. Okay, who cares? We'll just do our body. Body background color is this. Okay, so it's kind of a darker gray. Text, gray 800. So maybe this should be a list. Why is it taking so long to load? Okay, 400. Okay, cool. So we'll grab those. Oops. And variant class name. Variant. And then we'll come in here, put in a template literal, and class name. Whoops. And default this to an empty string. Here we go. Now we can get rid of the button. Da-na-na-na. Export. Okay, very good. Hey, look at that. It looks a little different, but it looks fine. I'm happy with it. Except now that I think about it, let's log out. I feel like there's not space there, and there was before. So, okay, I'm starting to think I want this blue to be darker. There we go. Okay, cool. So, the margin is was here. Margin was coming from the H1. It is no longer coming from the H1. Because I'm guessing that's coming from Tailwind. Yep, that's Tailwind. And I had it in my own. Wait, that's Tailwind. Hold on a sec. That is confusing. Yeah, okay, that's my styles. Nope, that's Bootstrap Reboot. Yeah, I think I can get rid of Bootstrap Reboot now. Yeah, we're just gonna blow that away since we have Tailwind now. Okay, very good. So coming back now, we've got the bookshelf, and I want this H1 here. That style is coming from, I believe that's Tailwind. And this is coming from also Tailwind. I am so confused. Or maybe, do I have normalize in here? I think I, whoops. Bootstrap. Not the Bootstrap you're thinking. Bootstrap as in like get the app going. No, I don't think I have normalize in here. Normalize.css. Yeah, it's just in my package lock because that's what Tailwind uses. Oh, I forgot. What is this hack thing? Oh, right. Right, yeah, I know that. Thanks, Beth. I'm just confused as to why both of these are coming from Tailwind. Like, why would they have two rules for the exact that match the same thing? Why would they have this rule if it's just going to get overridden by this one? That's my question. But in any case, yeah, see, what is that? Like that's coming from me, right? Or from Tailwind, right? This is Tailwind CSS stuff. Yeah, there it is, Tailwind. There it is. There it is. This is so strange. Maybe that's coming from normalize. Yeah, that's coming. Okay, this is making sense. So that's coming from normalize, and then Tailwind comes around and they're like, nope, never mind normalize. We're gonna do our own thing. That's what's happening, and it's happening right there. Boom. Okay, very good. And actually, that makes total sense. Okay, just was curious why that was doing what it was doing, but now I understand. So let's go ahead and add a class attribute. And we'll make this a, I don't know all the classes yet, so maybe this is not the best place to do this. Let's find our H1. For this, we'll say, whoops, class name. And I want margin bottom of, let's do 5. And something, I busted something. What did I do wrong? Oh. Some extension did something weird. All right, cool. But I do want it to be like big and stuff. font size is 2M there. So if we do font or size or okay, so these are all the weight. I need text size, text small, medium, or large. Okay, here we go. I want 4XL. Let's try that. Sweet. Okay, and then my previous edition of this, it was font weight, so text, or no, font, medium. Let's try medium. Oh, bold. There we go. Okay, it doesn't look exactly the same, and I don't care. I don't need it to look exactly the same as it did before. It just needs to look good. And I think that looks good. Sweet. Okay, cool. So now we can click log in. This looks nice, but I believe we've got this login that could be tailwinded. And our inputs are using global styles. But let's not get too far into that. I want to finish the lib here first. So what's using, excuse me, what's using our centered thing? Oh, just got a text from somebody about the earthquake. Got a okay. Just checking in on neighbors and stuff, making sure they're okay. Okay, cool. So centered, let's make another doodad function, centered. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm so done with this. We're gonna make a higher order component for this because I don't want to do this anymore. This is probably too early for the abstraction, but I'm sure there's already one that exists, but this will actually work out kind of nicely for teaching. I'll be able to say, hey, this is how you do a higher order component in a real world thing. Yeah, 5.7. It was, I mean, I'm pretty far, so it was just like a little bit of a shake, but it was the first earthquake I had ever experienced. So, so this is going to be with class names, and this is going to be our, let's see. Okay, now here, this is why the abstraction is a pain, because for the button case, I have this variant prop, which I want to keep. I like the variant prop. But but it's only useful for styling. So class names and element. let's do so this would be like the style props. So I'm abstracting this, specifically this, but I'm going to be doing this a lot in this file. I mean, not a lot. Honestly, this is too early for the abstraction, so keep that in mind. But because I'm going to be teaching how to make a higher order component like this, it makes sense. So yeah, every time I want to wrap another component, here, actually, this is going to be the type. Like here, I'm basically wrapping the FA spinner to add some default class names to it. And here, same for the button and the form group. And so in an effort to simplify that, I'm making this higher order component. Again, way too early for this abstraction, but there's probably already something like this on NPM, maybe several of them, but we're going to be building it ourselves. So we're going to make a function called our wrapper. We'll say wrapper display name equals with class names, and this will be type. Type of type is a string, or here will be type display name, or type.name, or type. Yep, so that way I can say with class names, and would say button. Yep, and then variant. And then that will be this. Return this array, all the class names. And then here we can do that. Yep, that's the API I want. And this will be my export const button. Yep, that's what it's going to be. Okay, cool. So then, to make this work, we're going to say class names equals array is array class names. So we're going to convert it into an array if it's not. And then, here, we'll call this get class names. And then class names equals, this is going to be props. We're also going to want to forward return react.forward ref wrapper. And then this will be our ref. Return react create. I'm like halfway through like 12 thoughts here. I'm not teaching right now. Okay, create element with the type. And then here are our props. We'll pass that ref. And props and class name. And we'll pluck off class name. given class name prop. There we go. Okay, and then we'll take the class name prop. Actually, I wanted to dot that thing. Put it on this side just so that it looks nice. And then we'll map class name. Or here we'll filter out the false, or no, we can do that last. And join. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it's okay. Don't feel bad if you're lost. I'm not teaching right now. I'm coding. You can sign up for Epic React Dev and watch me teach this. Do I work with TypeScript often? No, not super often. If I were working on a product, I would work with TypeScript often, but no. Okay, so then we're going to take all of those and map them. And if it's a type of class name is a function, then we'll call that function with the props. Oh, and I need to take these props and filter out the props that they give me as the style props. But yeah, we'll call this. I've gotta figure out how to do that best. But yeah, we'll call it with the props. Otherwise, it'll just be what it is. Okay, cool. So now we gotta filter out the style props. So call this rest style prop values, or let's see, props is going to be we need to pluck out all of the object entries from entries. Right, isn't that a thing? Object from entries. From entries, yeah. Object from entries. We'll take object.entries of the rest, and we'll filter each entry. So this will be the key, and style props includes key. Yep. There we go. Thank you, prettier. Okay, and button is already defined. Let's get rid of that. And we need React. And see if that works. Wrong way. Here we are. Nope, didn't work. Let's look at what this looks like. Oh, we're joining with a comma? Nope. Oh, right. This needs to flat map. That still didn't work. It got rid of the comma, so that's good. Oh, we're missing the button variant stuff. Yeah, TypeScript is great. Use TypeScript for products. I recommend it. I don't use it for teaching because it is just a huge thing. In addition, like I'm just trying to teach you JSX, and now you have to deal with all TypeScript stuff. So that's why I don't get into it. I think this abstraction might need a test. Yeah, you're probably right. I'd probably be able to write it faster if I had a test for it. But okay, so let's figure out why. Why this isn't working. Buttons, variant. Oh, that's why. Here, and actually we're gonna take this, call it, whoops, call it all props. All props. Whoops, wrong side. And actually, I think we'll yeah. There we go. That'll work. Almost. It is so close. We're still missing something. So primary is not getting applied as the default. Yes, that makes sense. So what if instead say or wait, no. That's easier. This is going to be default to primary. There we go. That'll work. Ta-da! It works. Sweet. Okay, so I mean, it's not necessarily simpler, that's for sure, but I don't have to repeat myself as much. Like this whole song and dance, don't have to do that. So let's look at what the form group will look like. We'll call this form group old. Export const form group is with class names, and we want a div, and there are no props. So this is what we're gonna do. If I want to overload the API so that you can, if you don't have any special props. Okay, so this is what we'll do then. We'll call that. No, we don't need to do this nonsense. And then we'll say if special props. So if that's not an array, then it should just be one of the class names. And we'll just reassign that to style props. There we go. That'll work. So then I can just say, so in the simple case, this is actually really quite nice. Say, make me a div that has these class names. And those are equivalent. So then if we go to our form group, boom, there it is. Ta-da! Nice, right? I think that's nice. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. And then actually, let's look at the dev tools, because there's a special affordance for this type of API. And you'll see it's right there with class names button. Nice, nice. Check this out too. We can also go to add a filter for HOCs. Boom. See, now it's not even there. Cool, right? I think it's kind of cool. but we're gonna leave that in. Just turn that off or get rid of it entirely. There's our with class name. Okay, cool. So it works. Very good. All right. So now I'll probably add a test for it later. But now I can do a full page spinner. This one is actually a bit unique. Yeah, you don't ever apply special class names to the full page spinner, so that's not going to be part of the API. All right. I may regret this later, but it gives me an opportunity to make a higher order component and show people what a disaster this can be sometimes. It's actually not that hard. Mostly it's the API that I wanted to create that makes this hard. Here. Type name equals type of type is function or is string, and type otherwise type dot display name or type dot name. And if it's none of those things, then unknown. We'll put that in here. Yep, okay. And this is just for DevTools. Okay. All right, sweet. So let's come up here, and now we can make export const spinner equals with class names, and then we'll pass the spinner, or no, fa spinner. Oh, okay. Now this one's interesting because I want to apply some extra props to it. So I'm going to change this API a little bit, and instead we're going to have an object here, and this is going to be style props, or ignore props. That's what we'll call it. And then we'll also have a props, or actually, you know what? Back up. I might still do an options thing, but this will work. I can say spinner.default props. Aria label, loading. Yep. And CSS is going to be, we're going to, grab this. Yep. And actually that'll be class name. Ah, I've already got a class name. There we go. And MX auto. Yep, I think that'll do it. And let's just see. We'll suspend. There it is, except it's not spinning, so something's busted. It didn't get all of our class names applied. Yeah, we've got that. You have tried to stringify object returned from CSS function. It isn't supposed to be used directly. Okay, fine. Bummer. Yeah, okay, well that's too bad. So what if we do this form? I think that should work. Nope, no dice. Okay, got a bunch of chats. Or comments. Yeah, I can share the station I'm listening to. Is this. Copy that and paste it to you. There you go. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to implement this as a hook. Yep. This is like the only, or one of the very few use cases for higher order components that I can think of now. Okay, I'm not sure why this isn't turning into a class name. Maybe this is not going to work, but yeah, it's going to be the exact same problem. Okay, hold on a second. I know that there's a way to do this. I'm just hitting my head against the wall. Let's figure this out for real. So we'll go to it's a framework agnostic. There we go. Do I have Emotion installed? Yeah, just those two. Yeah, see, this is what I'm wanting to do. But I have an idea. How about we don't do this? I don't want to use Emotion to do the keyframes thing anyway. So what if instead we just make this like a legit CSS class name thing? Yep, we just put this as a lib.module.css. Whoops. And then we can put the keyframe stuff. Actually, I think I've got this in my clipboard. Boom, right there. Get rid of that. And that. Actually, I don't think that... here, we'll find out. Here in a little bit. We'll leave that for now. We'll call this spin. Okay, then we'll import styles from libmodule.css. Styles dot spinner. Okay, I really should probably have a better workflow for this, but I keep on thinking that I'm going to be done so soon. Okay, so that worked. Yay. Now that's interesting. I'm not seeing... Oh wait, no, that's fine. Okay, I'm not really going to worry about vendor prefixing for right now. We can deal with that later. Okay, cool. So got that working, except the size is not. Why is the huh? Was it not working earlier? Did I not get it to the right size? I guess I didn't get it to the right size. So let's get it to the right size. We want text R4X. Isn't that it? I forget what it is. Let's see. Oh no, it was on here. 4XL, that's what it is. 4XL for extra large. Okay, we want larger than that. Let's do 6XL. Sure. Okay. There we go. And then we come here and we suspend. There it is. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, cool. Doesn't CSS return inline style versus class name, string expected here? Yeah, it's confusing and I'm not going to dive into it, sorry. You're creating a component, adding your default styles, and also make it possible to add other user-defined styles, right? Yes, definitely. So if somebody were to use this and wanted to override the ARIA label, then they could, or they could specify like an ID or anything else, even additional class names or anything. So there's that. Okay, cool. Sweet. So now let's do this one. This one should be easier because it's not doing anything fancy. So this will be our old. And see, now here we're using emotion, but now I'm going to use my own book list UL with class names UL, and then yeah, list style and all these other things. List style. Boy, I sure wish I'd get autocomplete on just like any string. That would be nice. Wonder if that's like a thing that they would consider doing ever. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is class name. Ah, now I'm gonna get my autocomplete. All right, so list none. That's what I want for this. And then P0, I think is what I want. And then display grid. What do I want? Display or grid. Grid. Yep. Grid. And then, how do you do grid template rows? Maybe they've got something that's like baked in that's better. Then grid gap. Grid gap. That's what I want. Grid gap 4. Okay. So grid gap 4. Actually, you know what? I should put all this right here so that I can get it sorted for me. Whoa, that's nice. Okay, so grid template rows. How do you do that with Tailwind? Grid template rows. See, and I have repeat autofill. yeah, it looks like there's not really a way to do that. So that's all right though. We'll just have this be one of the one-offs. Book list. Grid. Or here it's styles, book list. Starting to think this is a bad idea. Yep, that's what I'm starting to think. Huh. Okay, so let's see how this will work. Log in. Whoa. Okay. Things are a little funny looking now. Okay, so we're gonna go here. I think this is where we're at. Everything looks so funny. I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't teach Tailwind. Because I mean, I've played around with it a lot, but I have not really like built anything with it before, so I don't feel like I could answer people's questions very well, and I feel like we'll be using it a lot. So I'm gonna give it. And the other thing is, I just don't have all the time in the world to get this done, so. And I know how to build apps with emotion, and it's like pretty straightforward. Okay, that's a lie. It is pretty familiar to me. Oh yeah, I've got something scheduled here, huh? Don't I? Let me see what time that's at. Oh, it's at 12:30. Yeah, I probably better jump off so I can go eat something. And I'm gonna think more about this Tailwind stuff. I mean, maybe I'm just running into a couple of edge cases that you don't run into very often, but like what do people do when they run into stuff where they're like, oh, I've got a special situation where I can't do the normal stuff. Now hold on. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm still thinking about it, but I gotta go. So thanks for watching. It was fun. Yeah, maybe Adam would be sweet to code with him for an hour and just churn through this, and that'd be cool. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. All right, we'll see you all later this afternoon. Peace.